So I want to go into a little greater detail about each of the books in this collection, and we'll start with The Hobbit. um, so according to the description that is found on the back cover of the book, this is the definitive edition of the text, fully reset and corrected for this edition. Exclusive to this edition is a 16-page introduction by Christopher Tolkien about the history of The Hobbit. The illustration, The Three Trolls Are Turned to Stone, an illustration done by Tolkien himself, appears in The Hobbit for the very first time. It is fully illustrated by the author. Throughout the book, there are 14 illustrations appearing in the book, all done by Tolkien himself, in color. Now, I could be mistaken, but I don't believe Tolkien actually colored the illustrations. I believe he had sketched them out in black and white, and then someone else had done the coloring. I could be mistaken, so don't quote me on that. Also appearing for the first time is a fold-out of Thror's map that includes the magical runes that would appear only when viewed within under a certain moonlight. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the book itself. Beautiful slipcase with a little cutout right here, so that you could see the dwarf runes, or what are meant to be dwarf runes. They are, I think that for The Hobbit, Tolkien hadn't completed his dwarf rune alphabet, I suppose. So these, I think, if I'm not mistaken, which I could very well be, I think these are Anglo-Saxon runes. But for the sake of the story, they actually signify the secret door through which the dwarves Thror and Thrain escaped when the dragon Smaug first desolated the Lonely Mountain. First attacked the dwarves at the Lonely Mountain, the kingdom of Erebor. Here is a foil impression of the dragon Smaug, and he also appears on the book itself. The end paper, or end papers, the opening end papers are an illustration of Mirkwood, and this illustration also appears within the book. And then the back end papers, which in this copy are upside down. Well, it's unfortunate, but it's not a huge inconvenience for me. I can always just turn the book upside down. It's not a big deal. Is a map of Wilderland that is done in blue and black. And let's see if we could find. Let's see. Here's the introduction, done by Christopher Tolkien, on the history of The Hobbit. Let's take a look at the frontispiece. Which is an illustration of Hobbiton. Let's see about that illustration that's appearing for the first time. Oh, here it is. And here is Thror's map. And then, of course, you hold it up to light. You can see the magical runes, which naturally in this book aren't magical at all. In the story, they're magical. But there they are, in reverse. The text is printed on very high quality acid-free paper. Show you a few examples of some more illustrations within the book. Smaug sitting on his treasure. With Bilbo invisible. The front gate into the Lonely Mountain. Lake Town. And those are just a handful of the illustrations that are found in this deluxe edition of The Hobbit, which, like the rest of the collection, published by HarperCollins, and it is part of, at least for me, part of this Tolkien box set that includes The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, The Silmarillion, and The Children of Húrin. This collection was only made available in 500 pieces, so I do consider myself fortunate that I was able to get my hands on this collection. It is a fantastic collection, and I am very thankful that I have it. So, thanks for watching, and check out the other video, or other videos, that I will be posting that will take a look at the other books in this collection.